Hello everyone. Welcome to UIAS. Let's discuss today's prelims topics. Question 1. Which Indian state had recently become the first state to pass in the Assembly the Right to Health Bill, which gives every resident of the state the right to avail free outpatient department (OPD) services and inpatient department (IPD) services at all public health facilities? A. Maharashtra. B. Himachal Pradesh. C. Rajasthan. D. Kerala. The answer is C. According to the bill, free healthcare services, including consultation, drugs, diagnostics, emergency transport, procedure, and emergency care, will be provided at all public health institutions and select private facilities subject to conditions specified in the rules, which will be formulated now. Also, all residents will be entitled to emergency treatment and care for an accidental emergency without prepayment of any fee or charges. Question 2. India's aviation sector registers growth on most fronts. Still, there are a few challenges that the industry needs to be mindful of. These include 1. Building world-class aviation infrastructure ahead of the curve and not behind it. 2. Inability of global aircraft and engine manufacturers to keep up with India's rapidly rising demand for planes and components. 3. Lack of maintenance, repair, and overhaul (MRO) facilities of significant scale within India. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. The answer is C. Question 3. In its second commercial launch, India's heaviest launch vehicle LVM-3 will launch a fleet of 36 OneWeb satellites, completing the first generation of the huge broadband constellation. Consider the following statements about OneWeb satellites. 1. The Canada-based company, backed by the Canadian government and India's Bharti, plans to create a 588 satellite-strong constellation to provide high-speed, low-latency global connectivity. These satellites will be placed in 12 rings of 49 satellites each, with every satellite completing a full trip around the Earth in 109 minutes. 3. This initiated India's journey into the commercial heavy lift of space. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. The answer is D. The United Kingdom-based company, backed by the UK government and India's Bharti, plans to create a 588 satellite-strong constellation to provide high-speed, low-latency global connectivity. Despite being one of the major spacefaring nations, India accounted for only about 2% of the commercial market. With the space sector opened up to private players in 2020, this is likely to increase as more and more companies are developing their own small satellite launch capabilities. Question 4. With reference to Interpol, consider the following statements. 1. Interpol is a secure information sharing platform that facilitates criminal investigation of police forces across the globe through the collection and dissemination of information received from various police forces. 2. It is headquartered in Hague, Netherlands. 3. Blue Notice is a structured communication issued by Interpol to all member nations notifying the names of persons against whom an arrest warrant is pending in a particular country. Which of the following given above is correct? A. 1 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 only. The answer is A. A red notice is a structured communication issued by Interpol to all member nations notifying the names of persons against whom an arrest warrant is pending in a particular country. The head of Interpol is the President, who is elected by the General Assembly. He comes from one of the member nations and holds office for 4 years. It is headquartered in Lyon, France. Question 5. Consider the following statements about vernal equinox. 1. It's a day usually around 21st March, when day and night are of generally equal length, also known as the spring equinox. 2. The equinoxes occur when neither of the Earth's hemispheres is tilted towards or away from the Sun. 3. Vernal translates to new and fresh, and equinox is derived from the Latin equus, equal, and nox, night. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 only. The answer is C. Question 6. Consider the following statements about World Water Day. 1. To highlight the importance of water and raise awareness about the global water crisis, World Water Day is observed on 22nd March every year. 2. According to the United Nations, the idea behind celebrating the day is to support the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal SDG 1. Water and sanitation for all by 2030. 3. The theme for World Water Day 2023 is accelerating the change to solve the water and sanitation crisis, emphasizing the necessity of taking stern action to address the global water crisis. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. The answer is B. According to the United Nations, the idea behind celebrating the day is to support the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal SDG 6. Water and sanitation for all by 2030. The resolution to observe World Water Day was first adopted by the UN General Assembly on 22nd December 1992, after which 22nd March was declared World Water Day and is celebrated around the world since then. The first World Water Day was observed in the year 1993. Question 7. With reference to its ungrowth, recently launched, consider the following statements. 1. Last in a series of 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow water crafts, ASW-SWC. 2. Built by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, GRSE, in Kolkata. 3. Their primary role is to conduct anti-submarine operations in coastal waters, low-intensity maritime operations, and mine-laying operations. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. The answer is D. Second in a series of 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow water crafts, ASW-SWC. The first ship of the series, the INS Arnala, was launched 3 months ago. INS Ungrowth draws its name from the largest and longest island from Androt Island, also known as Ungrowth Island, in the Lakshadweep archipelago. Question 8. Consider the following statements about Down syndrome. 1. Down syndrome is a genetic condition that affects people of all races, backgrounds, and ethnicity. 2. It happens when there is an extra copy of the 23rd chromosome, which leads to physical and intellectual disabilities. 3. People with Down syndrome generally have distinct facial features and have several health complications such as heart defects, hearing and vision problems, and thyroid conditions. Which of the following given above is are correct? A. 1 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. The answer is B. It happens when there is an extra copy of the 21st chromosome, which leads to physical and intellectual disabilities. Every year, 21st March is observed as World Down Syndrome Day, WDSD. The United Nations General Assembly adopted 21st March as World Down Syndrome Day in 2012. The day is celebrated in an effort to raise awareness about Down syndrome and to advocate for the rights, inclusion, and well-being of people with Down syndrome. The date was selected because Down syndrome is caused by the presence of a third copy of the 21st chromosome, and 21/3, 21st March, represents this genetic condition. Thank you, everyone. Do subscribe to this channel. Use code SPLIVE to join Unacademy.